Welcome back to another Burger and Gold conversation where I give you just opinion. Man, I told y'all, although there's no moral victories in this sport, you know, we judge by wins and losses. I tried to tell y'all earlier in my last video, y'all go back and check my last video and leave a comment. Watch the pinned comment that I left up there. I tried to tell y'all the Dallas Cowboys weren't going to come in there and lay down. Like I said, though, no more victories. But I think people misjudging this Dallas Cowboy team. I think they have a outstanding offensive line that's going to only get better as the season goes on when they start gelling. And like I said earlier in the last video also, you want to be hitting your stride mid-season, you know, and later, and getting better as the year. The goal is to get better as the year grow on. Of course, Dallas had nothing to lose. You know, everybody had done counting them out. All national media were picking the Eagles. So the Cowboys come in there, and you hear a lot of people say, well, it's easy when you ain't got no expectation. You think the Cowboys didn't come in there thinking they could win this game? Y'all, you really thinking the Cowboys didn't come in there? They know the work they put in at practice, you know, and the work they put in the offseason and all that. So regardless of anybody else believe, I'm quite sure they believed in themselves. And they showed that when they first came, and they showed that in this game. We don't worry about the outside noise. You know, we know what we got here. You know, Michael Parsons left. Kenny Clark made a big play with probably the first sack of the game. You know, but this was a game, man. Like I said, I kind of figured I knew it was going to be. I didn't have no expectation of nobody blowing nobody out. I knew Dak Prescott, what he is in the regular season, and I know his record against the NFC East. So I was looking for a good game, and which I got. Now, the play, I'm gonna do a separate video on Jalen on Carter, because that's ridiculous. He's gonna be out the league. Not out the league, but he's gonna end up becoming a journeyman. But I don't want to get into. I'm gonna get into that later. I'll make a whole separate video. I want to talk to him like I did so many others in the past, like the Chase Youngs, the Montez Sweats, what the pass rusher from that came from South Carolina, what I compared Chase Young to. I think he out on the streets now. Did all that in college, and then got to the NFL and couldn't make it to a second contract. But Jalen Carter, you on the verge of it. I mean, it's easy to be a bad guy, but you got to channel that energy into on the field. There's a lot of people come out there and play angry, but they're able to channel that into good play. But I'm gonna do a separate video on that. But like I said, I was expecting a good game. I knew the Cowboys were gonna come in there and lay down with Philadelphia raising their Super Bowl banner. I knew this Cowboy team has talent on it. They might have one of the best offensive lines in football. If they gel a little bit as the year go on and they play together a little bit, this is gonna be one of the lines, offensive lines that you have to deal with for a while. This is gonna be one of the best lines in about 2 or 3 more years. We're gonna talk about this Cowboy line like that Niners running behind Emmitt Smith line. So like I said, man, I figured it was gonna be a good game. I didn't think the Cowboys were going to just come in there and just lay down. I mean, it didn't help with Jalen Carter it didn't hurt. I mean, with Jalen Carter getting put out the game before he even took one snap. But you only can play the players that's on the field. And the Dallas Cowboys showed me that I might be right about my prediction. Maybe all 4 of our teams is possibly make the playoff this year. The whole NFC East. And boy, wouldn't that be a wonderful thing, man? I think football is back in the NFC East. If not this year, the future is bright in the NFC East. I know Dak got only like 2 years left on his contract, but maybe they could find a quarterback plug in and keep this thing going. With the offensive line, I'm predicting them to have, you probably could put anybody behind center and keep this division and get the division back to where it once was, the most dominant division in football. So, man, I hate to be a man that say I told you so. Nah, I don't. I told y'all Dallas was gonna make a game out of this tonight. And if this something, if this an indication of what's to come later on in the season, man, I look forward to the privilege of getting on the field with this Cowboy team, with this Eagle team. We see the Giants Sunday at 1 o'clock. I'm quite sure they're gonna bring something. And like I said, neither one of these teams is where they want to be. It's a lot more work to put in, and a lot of figuring out. There are a lot of teams gonna figure some stuff out and only get better. And man, I accept the challenge for my Commanders. I accept the challenge. From what I seen, look like we could play with both of these teams any given Sunday. You line them up. What we do? What my percentage? We'll beat them 7 out of 10 times. The Eagles and the Cowboys. We'll beat them. You play them 10 times, we'll beat them 7 out of 10. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, man, to this channel. Burgundy and Gold Conversation, Jeff's opinion. And I'm not biased. You know, I said this earlier, that this is going to be a good division this year. That all these teams are going to be competitive, and they were going to beat up on each other, and possibly all 4 teams make the playoffs. I'm gonna do a video on Jalen Carter, man, because he need to have somebody need to talk to him, man. You talented, but talent alone is not gonna keep you around. You're gonna be hunting 1-year deals and 2 and 3 year, 2-year deals. If you keep going the way you're going, man, the league is gonna only tolerate you until they can get rid of you. So y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all Thursday. Hail to my Commanders. Y'all Giants fans, we gonna see y'all Monday at 1 o'clock. And y'all get to witness possibly the Super Bowl, the 2025 Super Bowl champs. Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, and the guys coming to town. Well, not coming to town, well, we're gonna host the Giants. So y'all tune in and witness greatness. Sunday at 1 o'clock. Thanks.